Good morning. I'm Father Roland, the pastor at Blessed Trinity Catholic Church in Orlando. I'm coming to you today with Pastor's Notes number 22. Today is the 23rd of September, and it's 11:15 down here in Florida at this moment. Disparate items that I'd like to bring to your attention today, just things going on around the parish that people ask about, or else by telling them, I hope they ask about so they might know what is going on their campus. First, I'd like to talk about faith formation. The faith formation schedule has been launched, and I'm told by our faith director of faith formation, Louis Merja, that it is a great beginning. A few little wrinkles to iron out, but that's to be expected when you're using technology and face-to-face situations and settings to do faith formation. I'd like to speak very briefly about the upcoming year. Two major sacraments that always takes some headline spaces. Preparation for First Holy Communion for the little ones, and the sacrament of confirmation for the bigger ones, for the young adults. Regarding confirmation first, our first meeting for the program of preparation for next year's sacrament of confirmation takes place on October 5th at 7:30 p.m. That will be the first session. This will be in the parish center. First Holy Communion. There's two items here. The first have to do with the sacrament of first reconciliation, first confessions. Please know that there will be a parent orientation on that area, specializing on Tuesday, September 29th at 6:30 p.m. And that the first class for First Communion preparation for parent and child will be on Saturday, October 3rd at 8:45 in the morning. This will take an opportunity for the parents to see exactly the scope of preparation and what's expected of them and what's expected of their child during that formation program. Finally, just a word about registration in general. We know that many people are hesitant about what to do regarding faith formation. The pandemic has still a tight grip on people's resistance to be in public, to share with others, or to be in the church. Please know that we have two ways of people connecting with the faith formation programs offered here in the parish. The first is online, of course. Please know that you can go to our website, btccorl.org. That stands for Blessed Trinity Catholic Church, Orlando, to distinguish us from our other Blessed Trinity neighbors up in Ocala. So online, you will see directions on how to register for various faith formation programs. And please know that if there's a need for special arrangements, for financial agreements or any other type of arrangements, please call and see Alma, our bookkeeper, during office hours here in the parish office. So we'll leave it at that right now for the first flurry of activity in registrations for faith formation programs. Today is a noteworthy day because it's the first day of the 40 Days for Life campaign. This is a national and international program, actually, to develop an awareness of the needs to put an end to the terrible situation of abortions on demand that is occurring around the world and certainly in our country. So this is a chance for Catholics to respond to a call to publicly, for instance, manifest their rejection of abortion as a convenient activity for our population. Abortion is the death of innocent children. So the campaign for 40 Days for Life begins today. And what that is basically is on the 2 abortion factories here in Metro Orlando, people will gather on the sidewalk, maybe across the street. They will be praying quietly, or they'll be saying the rosary quietly, but what they're doing is making a public protest to the activity of abortion that occurs in these buildings. Please know that anyone is welcome to participate in that kind of resistance. There's no chanting, there's no yelling or screaming. What this is a quiet protest of an activity that is publicly endorsed. Catholic Charities is going to be working in our area at our neighboring parish this weekend. Food distribution will take place as it did here back a month or so ago on Saturday, October 26th. Now that I think begins at 8 o'clock in the morning. But please call Good Shepherd Church and offer to volunteer and see if they need help. We were told that please have your people offer if they have a liking to do that or have the time to do it. That's this Saturday, distribution of food by Catholic Charities at Good Shepherd Church. Blessing of Pets takes place on October 4th. That's right around the corner as well. That's the feast of St. Francis of Assisi, traditionally known as the patron saint of nature and animals. He preached to the birds, if you recall, and he tamed the wild wolf that was terrorizing a village. The Blessing of Pets is October 4th at 4 p.m. in front of the parish office building here, the Welcome Center. It's the statue of St. Francis of Assisi oversees the little gathering area in front of our building. That's where the blessing will take place. And if it's raining, rain or shine, it'll be on one of the side covered areas of the Welcome Center. Please, let's take an opportunity to thank God for the blessing that pets can be and are in our lives. This coming Saturday also, we will have the blessing of holy water at all masses. This is in response to the many phone calls we've received, the staff says, inquiring on how people can get holy water now that our baptismal font has been closed down because of COVID protocols. Well, the blessing of water is simply going to be people bringing their own bottled water or container of water that a priest, whoever is presiding at that Mass, will, at the end, during the announcements, have a short blessing, and all those containers in the church will be considered and are blessed at that time. This is the way things are done with crowds at the Vatican and at the Shrine of La Salette, and I believe that can also work for us here at Blessed Trinity. The 25-Week Club. Now, here is a financial program, fundraiser. It's been active for some 5 or 6 years. Over the years, has brought in $71,000 in debt reduction dollars. So we're very grateful to the people who participate in this. The first drawing is going to be October 4th, but people will be allowed to join even after that date. To join, one needs to simply obtain a ticket, sign your name and contact information, and a $25 contribution. And for 25 weeks, there will be drawings in the narthex of the church after the 10 o'clock Mass. One Sunday a month will be for $100. The other Sundays will be for a $25 drawing. Then at the end of the 25-week period, the final drawings will be a $200 second prize and a $700 first prize. Now, one does not have to be present to win, so please consider participating in this pretty painless fundraising activity. I thank you in advance. You know, there's been a lot of work going on around the church. People have noticed this is Holy Moses, Father. What's happening? Well, what's happening is a few things that now that we're in a kind of a slower work schedule, we can pay attention to and complete. The first is Camp David. Now, some of you don't even know what Camp David is, but that is the small building behind the Caulfield House that has served, actually, that was historically the first rectory here at Blessed Trinity in the 1960s. It had its own bathroom, of course, and kitchen. Now, we've since removed the kitchen part, and the CCW ladies who run the thrift shop use Camp David as an inventory warehouse, and they use it as a place to sort through the clothes that's being offered to them and to do that kind of work. It has been a dreadful situation and condition for years. And because it's so well hidden by Caulfield House, it's oftentimes out of sight, out of mind. Well, we decided to pay attention to it. And what we did was we removed all the side clapboard, which was paint blistered and some rot, and discovered that there were sections on the mid wall that had no plywood, only an inner wall covering. There was no insulation in some sections of the building. So what we did actually was put insulation everywhere where there wasn't there, and then put a plywood covering. With the plywood was all done and complete, we tied the building up with Tyvek paper and then vinyl siding and new windows. So this has been a major contribution to the longevity of Camp David. I believe it can serve the parish well for many, many years to come because of its new outside skin. And it's good looking too. It fits in the neighborhood, and it's a color match with Caulfield. You've noticed also that we have work going on in the parking lot. This is not considered a renovation of the parking lot. It's considering a repair. This is a patch job. It's meant to minimize the problem of roots that have risen from the trees in the parking lot, which cause much problem with people and a possibility of tripping and everything associated with that. Well, we've been able to bring in some loam and bring in some sod that will raise the parking lot area above the roots so that people can walk, hopefully, on a solid surface without tripping on roots. And we've reset all the bumpers of the parking spaces as well. So this gives a kind of a new look and a cleaner look to the parking lots, both the ones in front of the church as well as the one over by Caulfield House. We're not quite finished with that, and we ask you please to be careful, to try to, if you would please respect the barriers we put up so that we give the sod a chance to take root, as well as to let the earth settle and before we can make use of that parking facility. And finally, in the church itself, well, for one thing, the good news there for me is that the painting is done, except for 4 panels on the south side of the church whose ephes needs to be repaired. And once that repair is done, that will be painted, and the painting of the church is complete. Next item on that agenda for that company is to go up into the ceiling windows of the church to do the recaulking and resealing of all the glass panels there. This is a major job. There's no question about it. And once that repair is done, the final part of the roof of the church will be replaced. Up to now, we've replaced what is called the valleys between the triangles and the mountains of the church roof. We've repaired the valleys, and we repaired the draining pots, big areas where the water is collecting and then siphoned off into the sewers. This is that part is done, but there's other parts of flat roof that needs to be done. Once they're finished working on the glass ceiling, we'll have that roof part completed as well. So these are important projects that are coming out. I intend to give a full financial report in a couple of weeks at all the masses, and we'll try to explain in greater detail what is being done and what the cost has been and how we're paying for all this. God bless you for your support financially as well as spiritually. We are continuing to live stream the Mass. We will continue doing it as best we can. We're trying to iron out some little wrinkles that are popping up, but that is something that's just par for course with technology, it seems. So it is today, the end of Pastor's Notes number 22. I thank you for, as I say, your presence in the parish and your friendship from afar, from wherever you are reading or listening to this report. Stay safe. God bless you.